today?
Good.
Good. So come on in and we'll take a look at Jake. So, hey Bubba's. How are you doing today? At 8 o'clock we open those doors. There's people lined up with dogs and cats, horses, cows. So he's got some itchy problems?
He does.
Okay. Typical day doesn't mean you're going to see appointments every 15 minutes because there's emergencies. There's run over dogs. There's cows that are trying to have babies. Come on. Come on. Okay, so we're going to give him some fluids, and the easiest way to do it is orally. All right. All we do is try to be there for everybody that needs us. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm putting this down in his stomach. But right now I'm making sure it's not in his lungs. So I can hear his stomach gurgling. I can also smell it. And it's a multitasking, crazy type of day. He is done. All right, Bubbas. You should be better. Sometimes it's an 8-hour day, sometimes it's a 12-hour day. Okay. You just start and you don't stop till you finish, and everybody's taken care of.
Oh.
I know, I mean, I'm like...
look at him on Cheetah Panty.
They're sweet. My name is Amy Jo Pilmer, and as a profession, I'm a veterinarian in Fredericksburg, Texas. And as a hobby, I'm an active outdoorsman, and I do wildlife rescue, and I love to fish and ride horses and raise cattle. So these are pictures of past animals we've rescued. I probably had the lifetime that every kid would dream of because my parents were so good with us and loved us unconditionally. We were very outdoorsy. We grew up hunting and fishing. I absolutely love sports. I was almost too competitive. I played every sport. I would play volleyball, basketball, I ran a little track, played soccer, but basketball was my main focus. So this is a little baby skunk, and we rescued her. My infatuation with animals started at a young age. I do remember even when we would go hunting as a family, if I found an injured animal or an abandoned animal, I would bring them home. So this is a hydraulic squeeze chute. This is what we use for large animals, and we had a little accident with one. It opened too soon, and I actually chopped my finger off. Just barely the tip of it, but accidents can happen. You've got to be careful around cattle. Obviously, I had an incident. I was probably 8 years old or so when I started going up to my uncle's vet clinic. This is probably 10 days old, so you can't see the bruises very much. When I started working for him, I knew that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. My dad and I were giant fishermen, and he was going to take me on this ultimate fly fishing trip up in Colorado. We had planned it out. So we left one morning, bright and early in the morning, just my dad and I. And I was 17 years old at the time. It was probably a couple weeks before my senior year of high school started. We headed out, and we only made it about 4 hours from home. And we were in a head-on collision. My dad was killed in the accident, and I was severely injured physically, but mentally probably more than anything, because it's just my life seemed just just confusing. I didn't know how to go on. God, it's been so long too. So my senior year of high school was not anything to brag about. It was very hard for me to make grades, and then actually went to college in my hometown and did okay. Didn't do as good as I thought I would, and that discouraged me. So vet school just kept getting further and further and further away. Okay, so this is the oral antibiotic. After 5 years, I woke up one morning. All right. I applied, went to vet school. It was a tough 4 years, but I could not see myself doing anything else. It was a calling, it was a passion, and I'm glad I got up and did it. So I started practice here, and about 4 years into it, I made the purchase of the clinic, and then I also brought in a veterinary partner who is a part owner, and we run it 365 days a year, all night, all day, all weekend.
This is Kilo. He got hit by a car a few weeks back. Working with a doctor like Amy Jo is definitely something that is unexpected 100%. Every day is genuinely a new day. I learn something new every single day.
So we're gonna treat this guy.
She is very unique and has a great personality and just has such a big heart for animals. It's really pretty incredible.
I kind of got out of fishing a little bit after my dad passed away. I didn't go on very many fishing trips. But my dad was a very huge influence in my life, and I've started getting back into it. You know, taking advantage of a cold beer and just being outside. Oh, you're doing good, Bubba. He's very lucky to be alive. This is a little gray fox. And then this crazy thing is the Mr. Raccoon. Hey, trying to bite him. These guys are hilarious.